Yes, this is the kind of camping we like to do. Sometimes you get on site, you turn on the TV and you watch it. You can't do that unless you have power. And when you don't have a generator, what are you going to do next? So in this video, I'm going to show you what we do so we can have fun watching TV. Thanks for coming back to the channel. My name's Kevin, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how to install an inverter, how to use a small inverter, something that can charge your laptop, maybe run a small TV and some basic appliances for you and your guests when you're out camping. While it is true, having an inverter in your RV that's a big inverter will run everything. You can get to run everything you want, but it costs a lot of money. There's a lot of planning involved, and you got to be willing to do that. I'm on a budget, and you may be too. And so here's a solution that can help you. I've got 2 inverters in our camper. I've done all the wiring and the hard stuff that is required to get a big inverter on, but I don't use it for everything. There's plenty of times when we're out camping and I just have my 2 little batteries that charge everything in the camper. And in those cases, I'm not going to use the big inverter. I have a 300 watt inverter that's plenty to run this TV. This TV here should be well under 100 watts just to run it. But this is to give you an idea, something that you can do for yourself that's practical and something you can get done right away. So let's take a look. Ran my wire from here and of course put in a fuse to the block. So this is a fused connection that goes all the way up to the cabinet. I cut a hole back here, and this hole goes straight down to where the converter is. Using my extended fuse block, I just used some 10 gauge wire, put some ring terminals on it, and that's how I connected the inverter. The power switch is on the front of this device, which is facing down the way I have it mounted, and there are 2 power outlets, and I'm using one with an extension cord, and that reaches outside the cabinet so I don't have to leave the cabinet door open. We did do that in the beginning. You certainly don't have to go to this great effort to make it work. The kilowatt device checks how much power you're using, whether it's 110 volts, 115 volts AC, or how many amps it is that you're pulling when you're running a certain device. I use this on all the electronics in the RV. I use it pretty often so I know what a device is running. You may already know about this. I'm going to plug the kilowatt into the wall back here and run the inverter, the small inverter, to show you how many watts, how many amps that my little laptop draws when it's charging. That's the kind of thing that I use this, the practical thing when we're camping. Running my laptop, charging the battery. It's only pulling 42 watts, which is not too bad. Let's see how many amps that's going to be. A little over half an amp, 0.65 of an amp. That's AC. And if you convert that to DC, roughly, okay, it's 10 times. So that's going to be 6 amps. 6 amps at 12 volts. As the TV settles down, it's only 32 watts. Let's see how many amps that is. So at 120 volts, 117 volts, it's 0.47 of an amp. And for DC, roughly, it's going to be 10 times that. So that means this little inverter is going to take 4 amps to run the TV. So if you can watch your TV for 10 hours at night and you're drawing 4 amps per hour, that's 40 amps. And that's almost half your battery if you have a 100 amp hour battery. If you have a laptop that pulls 6 amps, how long does your laptop take to charge? Let's say it's dead. It might take you 6 hours. I don't know, more or less. If your laptop's pulling 6 amps of DC power to convert that over to normal electricity, depending on the kind of battery that you have, maybe your lead acid battery like us, that means you can only use half the power that's in your battery system. That's another reason to upgrade to lithium. In my example, I'm going to say that we have 100 amp hours worth of power to use. That means I can only use half of that, so that's 50. That means I can charge my laptop for 8 hours during the dark when there's no sunshine, and my battery in the laptop will be charged. Now, during the day, it's a whole different story. Your solar panels are filling your batteries, charging your batteries at the same time that they're running the inverter to charge your accessory, your laptop, your TV. A big inverter, like the 3000 watt inverter that I have to run the hairdryer and the microwave, that thing can draw 1 to 2 amps just sitting idle. That's not something you want to do if you have to conserve your battery power. And like me, I run lead acid batteries, so that means I gotta be extra conservative about what I do. Having a small inverter like this 300 watt pure sine wave inverter is really helpful to run these incidental devices, whether it's the laptop charging, or I'm gonna be running the television or some other electronics that I wanna have kind of protected from a pure sine wave inverter. No, you can't run everything, and no, you can't fully load it because you'll have problems with that. But if you're a small camper and you just have some things that you need to have charged, you could actually hook the inverter straight to your battery at the front of the camper and just run it during the time you need to have it charging. So now you know putting a small inverter is just as good as putting up a large inverter if you just need to charge small incidental items. All right, well, I hope this video showed you that you can get away with a small inverter. You got to be creative, and this is a creative idea to help you save some energy when it's important to charge a laptop or some other accessories that you need and you use regularly. I am planning on doing a review for the larger inverter that I have. It's a Krieger 3000. The things I like about it, and some of the things I don't like about it, how I have that hooked in, and maybe some of that information will be valuable to you. Well, I hope you liked this video. I hope you got something from it. If you did, smash the like button down below. It helps the video and it helps the channel. And of course, if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell so you'll know about future videos that I upload. And thanks for watching. See you next time.